Tyrone here, bringing you some streamer news and Twitch updates for the past 7 days. Timestamps down below so you can skip to the relevant part that interests you the most. Let's get to it. Right guys, starting off with some more Ludwig news. The new holder of most current subs to a channel, there he is, has been streaming his subathon for almost 2 weeks now. The timer is still going up. For those of you out of the loop, anyone who subs to Ludwig's channel at the moment adds about 10 seconds to the current timer. The more subs he gets, the longer this subathon goes on for. Simple. Well, 2 weeks later and Ludwig's subathon is still going on, thanks to his generous community that are subbing by the droves. The subs have been so plentiful, in fact, that Ludwig himself is banning anyone who subs more than 100 or gifts more than 100 subs during this subathon, simply stating that he doesn't want people spending excessive amount of money on his channel. The bans are strictly upheld, even to the point where Ludwig banned a good friend of his from his channel. Dream, you generous but very silly sausage you. As it stands, Ludwig is about halfway to matching the all-time peak sub record on Twitch ever, which is currently held by Ninja at over 260,000 subs. I personally didn't ever think Ninja's record would ever get broken now that Twitch is such a more saturated platform in 2021, but I'm finding the developments very interesting indeed. Let me know down below if you think Ludwig will end up breaking the record. Next on the list for news, guys, is MrBeast, or better known as Jimmy Donaldson. He's very well known for being a very generous donator to random streamers and content creators across various platforms. Well, Jimmy Donaldson is now an advisor for a company called Creative Juice. The company is looking to invest about $2 million into new and upcoming content creators. The idea here is to help content creators take the next logical step in their journey into something like, say, a small business and diversify their brand and reach. I would then assume Creative Juice would then own a certain percentage of this business or the content creation or the channel itself, and are therefore entitled to royalties and dividends from your content. I'm definitely getting some Dragon's Den vibes off of this, you know what I'm saying? I wonder if the content creators will have to go out and do a pitch in front of a couple of like advisors, negotiate how much of their business they want to sell on for a chance at that $250,000. We will have to keep an eye out on this one and see how it all develops. Right, next on our list of news, guys, we have Storymodebae, who recently streamed an old 90s video game. Sounds simple enough, right? Well, unfortunately for the streamer, she was not ready for the hardship that was The Lion King. It's a ridiculously hard game, by the way. The poor streamer ended up at the game over screen on the second level after dying to those pesky giraffes. I'll leave a little picture there. You'll know what I'm on about if you've done this before. What shocked the young lady more was the fact that she had to start the entire game again from the beginning. Remember, back in the old days of SNESes and Mega Drives and Genesis, there's no such thing as saving, autosaves, and things like built-in storage, or even tutorials for that matter. On the more informative note though, games of this area were all designed to be particularly tough, and The Lion King was no exception. This was simply because most games sat behind a cabinet in an arcade and were designed to eat all of the quarters out of your wallet. So the tougher the game, the more money the arcade owner would make. It is good to see streamers checking out other retro style of games out there, as this was considered the springboard to the happy medium we know as gaming today. Let me know down below what retro games you all remember playing. Street Fighter was a personal favourite of mine. Right guys, less news here but a bit more informative for all of you streamers, content creators, or just anyone in general. Amazon currently have a spring sale on at the moment. While the sale is for broad variety of items, we really only care about the tech here, don't we? So, I won't go over too much, but I will highlight some key buys that I have found. The first one being for content creators, there's some cracking good storage deals out there at the moment, where you can find yourself an 8 terabyte external hard drive for £150 or $150. For streamers out there, there's a slew of headsets out there, dedicated microphones, and even things like mouse and keyboards from Logitech. You know the idea, guys. Go on Amazon, have a look. Now's a good time to freshen up that rig or that system. As per usual, guys, all relevant links are left down below so you can go and investigate these news stories yourself. Down there are also my social links. Do me a favor, go follow me on them. Would appreciate it. We're at 28 subs at the moment, and I am still trying to crack that elusive 30 before the end of the month. So if you did like the content, please consider giving me a thumbs up and a subscribe. Thank you very much for your time, guys. This has been Ty, and I'll see you all next week for the next news.